They say miracles take time. But what if time only begins after you believe? What if your world doesn't change because of what you do, but because of what you assume? The moment you assume you're already married in your mind, reality itself starts rearranging to prove you right. There's a silent power within you, one that does not chase, does not beg, and does not wait for evidence. It creates evidence. It begins with one sacred act, assumption. Assumption is not pretending. It is declaring what already is in the unseen. The universe is not moved by your desperation. It is moved by your inner conviction. When you assume you're married, not in hope but in certainty, your inner world begins to command the outer one. You are no longer asking for love. You are living from it. And that shift changes everything. You see, reality is not a wall. It is a mirror. It reflects the image you project from within. When you wake up every day and say, I am loved, I am chosen, I am married, your energy aligns with that identity. You're no longer seeking your partner, you're attracting them by vibration. Because love doesn't come to those who chase it. It comes to those who embody it. The world must rearrange itself to match the story you tell yourself about who you are. Think of it like this. When an actor steps into a role, their whole being changes. They talk, walk, and feel as the character. The world responds to them as such. You must play the role of the married one long before the wedding ring ever touches your hand. When you assume it, your energy becomes magnetic, your presence becomes irresistible, and your world conspires to fulfill that assumption. Every delay, every detour begins to fold into alignment with your inner belief. Your mind is not waiting for proof. It creates proof. Every thought you repeat becomes a seed planted in the garden of your reality. The moment you assume you're already married, that seed begins to sprout silently, invisibly, but powerfully. And soon the world you see will begin to match the world you've imagined. That's the secret most people never understand. Reality doesn't shape your belief. Your belief shapes reality. The power of assumption is not arrogance. It's faith. It's the knowing that what you hold in consciousness must materialize in time. So many people say, I'll believe it when I see it. But life doesn't work that way. You'll see it when you believe it. The universe responds to certainty, not confusion. When you assume, you are sending a clear signal. This is who I am. And everything that contradicts that identity begins to fade from your life. It's not about forcing things to happen. It's about surrendering to the feeling that they already have. Close your eyes tonight and imagine your wedding band on your hand. Feel its weight. Hear the laughter of your partner in the next room. See the home you've built together. Don't do it as a wish. Do it as remembrance, as if it already belongs to you. Because in the unseen, it does. The unseen always precedes the seen. The invisible creates the visible. When you live from the end, you skip the struggle. You are no longer asking when, you are saying now. The law of creation has only one requirement, that you become the thing you seek. When you assume the state of being married, everything that supports that state begins to find you. You may meet someone by coincidence, receive a message you didn't expect, or feel guided to a place you've never been before. But none of it is random. It's reality rearranging itself in your favor. You cannot attract from lack. If you feel lonely, you attract more loneliness. But when you feel complete, when you walk through life as though your heart is already full, you send out the vibration of wholeness, and wholeness attracts wholeness. Your person doesn't come to fix you. They come as a reflection of your completeness. That's why assumption is so powerful. It transforms you before it transforms your circumstances. So how do you begin? You begin by deciding, not hoping, not waiting, deciding. You say to yourself, I am already chosen. I am already loved. I am already married in the unseen. And you live from that place. You act, think, and feel from that identity. You dress like the version of you who is loved deeply. You speak like the version of you who is cherished completely. And you carry yourself as one who already has what others are still praying for. That decision will feel unnatural at first, because your outer world hasn't caught up yet. But don't let appearances fool you. They are temporary reflections of old beliefs. When you hold your new assumption long enough, the world must bend to meet it. The outer cannot resist the inner for long. It must yield. That's why miracles look like sudden shifts to others, but to you, they're simply confirmations of what you already knew. When you assume you're married, you stop worrying about how or when it will happen. You understand that time is not your obstacle. Alignment is. The moment you align with the feeling of being loved, your reality starts reorganizing. You might lose certain people. You might face moments of doubt. But these are simply reality, removing what no longer matches your new vibration. Don't see it as rejection. See it as preparation. There's a divine intelligence that rearranges every detail once you make the assumption. Doors open without knocking. Opportunities appear without effort. People begin to treat you differently. You glow differently. You speak with calm authority. Because when you know something is already yours, there is no rush, no fear, no begging. You simply rest in the knowing. That peace becomes your power, and that power becomes your magnet. It's not about the ring, the ceremony, or the label, it's about the vibration. Marriage is not a contract of paper. It's a contract of energy. It's a merging of two frequencies that have found resonance. And when you embody the frequency of love, commitment, and harmony, that matching energy must appear in human form. The law of vibration makes no mistakes. It delivers what you radiate. The greatest secret of manifestation is emotional consistency. You cannot assume one day and doubt the next. You must hold your faith steady, even when the outer world gives you no reason to. Remember, it is always darkest before manifestation. That's not punishment. It's proof that the old version of reality is dissolving. Keep your eyes on the vision, not the evidence. Each night before you sleep, enter the scene of your fulfilled desire. See yourself living your married life. Peacefully, joyfully, effortlessly. Feel the warmth of your partner beside you, the rhythm of your shared laughter, the safety of being seen and loved. Feel it until it feels real, because that's when your subconscious accepts it as truth. And once the subconscious accepts, the universe obeys. Don't wait for your reality to change before you believe. Believe and watch your reality change. You are not waiting for love to find you. Love is waiting for you to remember it's already yours. The moment you assume you're married, you activate the frequency where that version of you already exists. And that version begins pulling you closer, aligning your timeline with its truth. You must dare to walk by faith, not by sight. The world will test you with appearances, but your task is not to argue with reality. It's to stand in your inner knowing. Keep saying, I already am. That phrase is sacred. I am is the language of creation. Whatever follows it becomes your experience. Say, I am loved. I am chosen. I am already living my beautiful marriage. These are not affirmations of hope. They are declarations of fact in the unseen. Every assumption is a seed, and seeds do not grow overnight. But if you trust the soil, water it with faith, and protect it from doubt, you will one day see it bloom into form. And when it does, it will feel so natural, you'll almost forget there was a time you didn't have it. That's the beauty of assumption. It transforms you so deeply that when your dream arrives, it feels like homecoming, not surprise. So if your heart longs for marriage, stop waiting for signs and start becoming the sign. Live, breathe, and move as the person who already has it. Your energy will shift. Your words will change. Your presence will become magnetic. You won't need to chase love. It will recognize you. And remember this truth. The moment you assume you're married, the universe begins to rewrite your story. Every coincidence, every conversation, every delay starts working behind the scenes to fulfill your assumption. You're not imagining for nothing. You're summoning what's already written in your divine design. So today, stop searching outside. Go within. Feel the joy of the union you desire. Hold it in your heart until it becomes your state of being. Because when you assume it as real, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself, beautifully, perfectly, divinely, to mirror the love you already claim as yours. The world does not bend for those who wish. It bends for those who assume. The moment you stop hoping and start believing that something is already yours, life begins to shift in quiet, miraculous ways. You no longer plead with reality. You instruct it through your inner certainty. Assumption is not pretending. It is ownership of an unseen truth. When you walk as if your dream is done, the world has no choice but to reflect it. Life listens not to your words, but to your vibration. The energy of I already have is infinitely louder than I wish I could. Every thought, every feeling becomes a command to the universe, and the universe always obeys the command you repeat most. To assume is to create, to believe is to sculpt reality. That is how the unseen becomes flesh, not by chance, but by consciousness. When you feel married within, you stop searching for love outside of yourself. You carry the essence of completion wherever you go, and that energy becomes magnetic. You walk differently, speak differently, and radiate confidence without needing validation. People sense that glow. It's the vibration of someone who knows they are already chosen. The universe mirrors that feeling back to you through faces, circumstances, and divine encounters. The more you live from that inner truth, the faster your outer life adjusts. Love cannot resist those who have already claimed it. To feel married within is to embody peace, gratitude, and fulfillment now. It tells reality, match this energy. And reality always does. You don't attract from need. You attract from being. Reality is never solid. It is fluid, responsive, and alive. It dances to the rhythm of your thoughts and emotions, constantly rearranging to reflect your inner state. When you shift your belief, your world must follow. Life is a mirror, not a wall. It cannot show you what you deny within. Every assumption you hold becomes a script that the outer world performs. If you believe you're unloved, reality will confirm it. If you assume you're adored, that becomes your new truth. You are the writer, the actor, and the director of your life's movie. Change the scene in your mind, and the world must reshoot the story. This is not fantasy, it's law. The vibration you hold in consciousness becomes the environment you live in. Living from the end means skipping the waiting line of doubt. It's walking, talking, and feeling as the person who already has what they desire. You no longer chase the dream, you become the dream. When you think from fulfillment, every step you take carries purpose and calm. There's no more anxiety about time or delay because you already exist in completion. The end is not a destination, it's a state of being. By embodying the end, you invite it into the present moment. Life begins to mirror your certainty, with synchronicities and effortless opportunities. The path unfolds not because you force it, but because you've aligned with it. What was once far away starts feeling natural, inevitable, and real. The unseen realm is the workshop of creation, and faith is the architect. Everything that exists began first as a thought, shaped, nurtured, and believed in before the eyes could see it. Faith is the bridge between imagination and manifestation. It whispers, "It's done," even when the senses argue otherwise. The invisible always governs the visible. The energy comes before the evidence. When you hold faith in what's unseen, you give the universe permission to form it in the physical. The unseen does not delay, it prepares. Every desire is already complete in that higher dimension, waiting for your alignment. Your task is not to chase, but to match the frequency of what you want. That's how the invisible becomes visible, through unwavering inner knowing. Emotional consistency is the heartbeat of manifestation. You cannot plant a seed and dig it up daily to check if it's growing. You must water it with faith and protect it from doubt. When your feelings remain loyal to your assumption, creation becomes inevitable. The universe responds not to your momentary emotion, but to your consistent vibration. Feel it real, even when reality says otherwise. The more often you enter the emotional state of already having, the faster it crystallizes into form. Every time you choose belief over fear, you feed the manifestation. Stay loyal to the feeling, not the facts. Your emotions are energy in motion. Direct them toward faith, and life will move mountains to honor them. When you assume you're already loved, something divine awakens within you. You stop trying to prove your worth and start expressing it naturally. The chase ends, and attraction begins. You radiate peace instead of longing, confidence instead of confusion. That shift in energy commands attention, not by force, but by presence. The universe begins to echo your inner truth through people, gestures, and signs that remind you it's done. Every cell in your body vibrates with the frequency of love realized, not love awaited. The outer world reorganizes itself to mirror your belief. Suddenly, conversations flow differently. Synchronicities multiply, and the impossible feels ordinary. The moment you assume you're already loved, the world rushes to confirm that you were never unloved to begin with.